the electrolysis is being carried out in solution. Once it is a solution, hydrogen will be produced. And the hydrogen will be produced if the metal in solution is higher in the reactivity series, such as sodium and potassium. In other words, once it is higher, it will be produced. But they're saying here, less reactive metals will form a deposit on the cathode. Always remember that. The less reactive metals will go to the cathode. And as the thickness of the metal, as the thickness of the deposit increases, it falls off or flakes off because it can't withstand that capacity any longer. And be seen on the bottom, so it falls to the bottom of whatever container or electrolysis vessel you're using. In a molten solution where water is not present, the metal atoms are always produced. And like I said to you before, molten compound. That's like lead and chlorine. This is how reactive metals like sodium and potassium are extracted from the ores. So when they are doing electrolysis of these elements, that's how they extract them from their ores. Good. Have a go at this quiz and see how well you understand the electrolysis of iron compounds. Good. Now, all right, so I want you to, start answering the quiz to me. Okay. Everybody seeing clearly?
Yes, sir.
Nice. So go right ahead. Good. Go right ahead for me and start answering the questions. Can I move up? Class?
Yes, sir.
Class? Okay. So when lead bromide is electrolyzed, remember electrolyze. Lead ions is produced at the, lead 2 plus is produced at the cathode, and bromine is oxidized at the anode. Lead 2 plus is oxidized at the cathode, and bromine is reduced at the anode. Lead is reduced at the anode, bromine is oxidized at the cathode. Or lead is reduced at the cathode, bromine is oxidized at the anode. Can I move up or can I move up, everybody?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What do we call the substance broken down by electrolysis? What do we call the substance broken down by electrolysis? Is it a solvent? Is it a solute? Is it a substrate? Or is it an electrolyte? Moving up. Pick the correct half equation to show what happens when lead bromide is electrolyzed. You want the correct half equation. You see the PB, BR2. The 2, you should know where the 2 came from in the statement above there. So, know how you're balancing. Moving up slowly. When a negative charged ion reaches a positive charge electrode. So if you're looking at chlorine, that's negative charge, and you go into the anode, which is positive charge. What happens? It can lose an electron to become a neutral atom. It can lose an electron to become a positive ion. It gains an electron to become a neutral atom, or it gains an electron to become a negative ion. Remember what we said at the top when we were looking at them? It can become a positive ion, and it can become a negative ion, yeah. So pick out of the 2 remaining. Open up. During electrolysis, positive ions move to cathode and negative ions move to anode. You hear say positive ions move to cathode and negative ions move to anode. Positive ions move to anode and negative ions move to cathode. Positive ions and negative ions move to cathode. Positive ions and negative ions move to anode. I would have outlined to you what happens during electrolysis. So the answer is looking at you right here. Pick the correct half equation to show what happens when the aqueous solution of potassium chloride is electrolyzed. Pick the correct half equation to show what happens when an aqueous solution of potassium chloride is electrolyzed. Remember we said what happens in terms of the, if you got hydrogen in solution compared to the others, what happens? Let's go back to the top here. We're somewhere around here. The very last paragraph, the second to last paragraph there. If the electrolysis is being carried out in solution, hydrogen will be produced if the metal in solution is higher in the reactivity series, such as sodium and potassium. Less reactive metals will form a deposit on the cathode. Right, so that should give you a hint. Okay, we're moving up. Can I move up? Class? Why does an electrolyte need to be either molten or in solution? Why does an electrolyte need to be either molten or in solution? Is it because to ensure the atoms can move, to enable ions to move, so that water ions can move, can be involved in the reaction, so the electrodes can be put in the electrolyte? And the last one, pick the correct combination for the names of the positive and negative electrodes. Got some names there. Positive anode, negative negode. Positive cathode versus, sorry, negative anode. Positive cathode, well, negative cathode. And positive anode, positive, negative cathode. Oh boy. You have exactly 6 minutes remaining. Everybody finish?
Yes, sir.
Right. So the answers. Answer for the first one. Electrolysis means which of the following?
C.
Somebody say C. That's correct. Because you have to use electricity. So if you have 1C is correct. 1C. Correct. Chemical decomposition, that's right. When lead bromide is electrolyzed, what happens? Lead, okay, answer? Answer. Anybody?
Sir, PBU is reduced at the cathode and Br is oxidized at the anode.
Very good, very good. That's all what happens, because at the reduction always occur at the cathode and oxidation at the anode. Right, always. And the last one, which seems to be right, is wrong because you don't have a lead 3 plus, is lead 2 plus. So that's why A is the right one. Correct. 2A is correct. Number 3. So what do we call a substance broken down by electrolysis?
Electrolyte.
I hear.
Electrolyte.
Electrolyte. Good. Very good. 3 is D. Electrolyte. Remember, electrolysis is the decomposition of an electrolyte. All right, nice. Number 4. What is the correct half equation to show what happens when lead bromide is electrolyzed? Answer.
D.
B.
D as in dog.
Yes, very good, because that's a balanced one. The top one seemed to be balanced, but it's not balanced. It's 2 plus, not plus. That's good, very good. So 4 is D, as in dog. Number 5.
Sir, A.
A.
A, it can lose an electron to become a neutral atom. Good, nice. Very good. Because ideally that's what happens. Remember, they become in atoms. Nice. Number 6. What happens during electrolysis?
A.
Positive ions, yes, that's right. That's right. So 6 is A. Positive ions move to the cathode always. Because remember, the cathode is the negative electrode and the anode is the positive. Good, nice. So 6 is A. 7. What's the correct half equation to show what happens when the aqueous solution of potassium is electrolyzed? Answer?
Is it B?
B.
B. Yes, it is B. Because remember, if you got potassium chloride, once it's diluted, the hydrogen ions will take preference over the potassium ions. Good. So that's correct. Nice. Number 8, the 7 is A. So 7 is B, sorry. Number 8.
Enable ions to move.
Are they here?
B.
B say yes. Correct. Why does an electrolyte need to be either molten or a solution? To ensure that the ions are able to move. Number 9. What is the correct combination? Is
Sir,
it copper
C.
ion? Are
C.
they here?
C.
C or D?
C.
Okay. Yeah, because remember it's going to to become the atoms in that sense. So the copper ion will go there and collect us copper atoms. Very good. Nice. And the last one, number 10. Number 10 quickly. What's the correct combination?
B. B.
B,
No, sir. D. D.
D.
As
Okay,
in
let's go.
dog.
Take the correct combination for the names of positive and negative electrons. So the anode, that's good, yes. Very good. Very good, you all did well. Right, so did you enjoy the lesson this afternoon?
Yes, sir.
I'm glad. So I'll see you back here on Wednesday. Have a safe week ahead of you as well. Thanks for joining and enjoy the balance of the day.